Yes, my friends, and welcome to the Jon Mahon Show, powered as always by Forever Loud.
Powered by the power of rock.
The power of loud.
Power of loud.
The loud power.
Yeah.
The loud power 2-hour show, baby.
And what a 2 hours we've got, John.
Fucking jam-packed, man. This
Packed
show.
full of jam.
Yeah, you can't move.
Raspberry jam.
Raspberry.
Strawberry jam. Apricot jam. And the word alive and Vukovi jam.
Hell yeah. Nice segue, bro, because my friends, our guests on today's live stream are Telle from The Word Alive, who'll be joining us in about 30 minutes to talk about the band's brand new album, Heart Reset, which is going to be out August 25th. And then in hour two,
we've got lovely Hamish.
Lovely Hamish.
First time, well, technically second time on the show, but the first time it was at Slam Dunk.
Yeah,
So
that was
This
chaos.
is the first time live on the show.
That was carnage, that Slam Dunk interview. If you missed it, it is part of our Slam Dunk special, which you can go and watch on the Jon Mahon Show YouTube channel. Shout out to Aaron Stickle, already hanging out. Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're well. Very well, Aaron.
I hope you're well as well.
Yeah.
Are you well?
I'm well. Are you well?
As well as I can be.
Well.
Is anyone really well in this day and age?
Do we have time for that?
No. Thoughts on the aliens?
Thoughts on the aliens? Tom DeLonge was fucking right, man. Yeah. Like, I feel like Tom sat there being like, you laughed at me. You all laughed at me.
But I'm going to be the other side of the coin on this. Because, like, everyone's so excited. Oh, what did they actually show in that hearing? Nothing. They gave us nothing. They told us a bunch of shit.
Have you ever seen lawyers or court though? Did you see how many times the woman had to ask him the question in order for him to basically say, yeah.
Brian Cox tweeted, or X'd, or whatever the fuck it is.
X'd.
He X'd. A lot of men sat on that stage and made extraordinary claims, but didn't present extraordinary evidence. Like, I can't conclude anything from it because I haven't seen the evidence. It's like anyone could say anything. I could say, I've got my testicles of spaceships.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got any evidence?
No.
Oh.
I'm not going to show. I have, but I can't show you here.
Right.
I'll show you later.
Right. Okay.
That's basically
when the cameras aren't rolling.
That's basically what the alien hearing was.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying, I know stuff. I got the information, yeah. I can't tell you here, but I'll tell you later.
A lot of ball tickling.
Yeah. Well, it was blue balls for the audience.
Very much so. Do you know who else was right about it? Daft Punk.
What do you mean?
So, right.
They are the aliens.
Bro, I've been listening to Random Access Memories, the Daft Punk album, like on repeat for like the last couple of months. And today I had like an outer body experience listening to the last song on it. So the last song on it is a song that I think is called Contact. I'm like 99% sure it's called Contact. Yeah, it is. And basically the start of it features what I think is like a US pilot flying by like a UFO trying to like identify it, and it's like a radio like transmission from him back to wherever the base is. And this song is from an album that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, the one of the bits of evidence in the hearing was the pilot that saw the TikTok or whatever, and that was 2004.
Yeah. And like literally the last thing that anyone says on a Daft Punk song before they broke up is this pilot saying, I don't know what it is, but there's something out there.
Why did they break up?
And
aliens.
Because
aliens
Daft Punk were French robot aliens.
They were like, oh, go on, don't leak our information. No more music for you.
Yeah, that's it. And they actually blew one of the Daft Punk robots up in the...
Has anyone ever seen them out of the masks?
I don't think so. Actually, no, they have.
I've definitely watched the Daft Punk documentary.
It's an amazing documentary.
We
are so far off the track, my friends. This is the reason why you listen to this show, for the side rambles. But let's get on to topic, because we have got two massive guests joining us on the show today. In hour two, Hamish and Vukovi will be here to talk all about the band's brand new single,
Only
Repeat.
Massive in stature, not physically massive. I don't know. They could be, but they're not like, when you say massive people, Sounds like
Did I say massive people? I meant to say massive guests.
massive guest. Still same.
Yeah. Massive in terms of
Like,
notoriety,
yeah.
fame,
Music wise, they are massive.
credits, artistic value.
Not
Not
like me, a rotund person.
or me who just sneezes protein.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, Scotland's finest, Hamish, will be here in hour 2. And joining us in hour 1 of today's show, we've got Telle from The Word Alive. The band are going to be releasing a brand new album called Hard Reset. No, not Hard Reset.
That is the name, John.
Is it Hard Reset? Yeah.
You got it right. Completely right.
There we go.
Second guess yourself.
August 25th is the release date.
Look at you with your knowledge and your
Fucking
research.
go. And they have given us 4 songs off it, or 3?
We've got 4.
4.
The thing is, it's quite a long album lead up because
13.
the first single came out last year from this album.
I did it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So maybe there was a delay. We'll ask
Well,
them
you
about
could
it
say
later.
it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Which is the name of
Which is the name of the current single that's out by The Word Live. Should we give it a bash?
Give it a bash.
Yeah. Give
Oh,
it.
you mean a listen?
Give it a react, because we fucking love a react on this show.
Yeah. Hopefully, whatever record label they're on doesn't demonetize it.
Yeah, they probably will. But it's part of the fun, my friends. So we're going to jam through The Word Alive's brand new single. It's called Slow Burn. Let us know what you think of this as we're going alongside it.
I'm killing us slowly. Catch me 'cause I know I'm falling slowly. I burn if it meant you'd love me.
Feels very Beartoothy, that start.
Right on that.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
teasing.
It's very also quite like R&B-ish as well.
Yeah, soul.
Soulful.
A lot of
vibes.
soul coming out of Telly's pipes on that.
Feels like I'll never learn in this life, always taking turns. I gave everything I had, didn't listen 'cause it's not what you asked. What will it take?
I like that, but I didn't listen because it's not what you asked.
Yeah. Lessons in life. Well, that's true to life anyway, for me.
A lot of not listening.
Huh? What are you saying?
To forgive the lies, there's no hope inside your eyes. And now I sit and question why I'm killing us slowly.
So the band are from Phoenix, Arizona.
In the desert.
Are these shots of Arizona then, we're guessing? It's a fucking big chorus,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Very catchy. Very very like, it's kind of a mix between like modern pop and rock.
Yeah. Like, it reminds me a lot of... It's like a sad version of Riptide by Beartooth.
Yeah. It's got, without the Calebness.
The Calebness.
That's a new adjective. A point.
Never leave. It might be what sets us free. I tried to get through to you, didn't listen 'cause it's not what you do. What will it take to forgive the lies? There's no hope inside your eyes. And now I sit and question why.
Chorus. I like that slowly.
Yeah. Very good.
Big hook.
Big hook.
Big hook.
I like a good whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, man. Especially when you like think about how a song like that could go off live. Like,
Yeah. I think these new songs that I've heard are very much focused on the big choruses and hooks.
yeah. Because for me, like on the last version of that chorus, like I'd stop everything and let the crowd go, "You're killing me slow, whoa, whoa."
Tell him that.
Yeah.
Listen, Telle.
Yeah.
Got a bit of advice for you
Got a tip.
when you go live.
Catch me 'cause I know I'm falling slowly.
Also, I just want to say, see if I can pause it right. Hold on. Strong sleeve game from Telle.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas going on. Yeah.
Great film.
Good film. Yeah.
Is it a Christmas film or is it a Halloween film?
Halloween film.
I'd say both.
Would you?
Well, the premise of the
Suppose it,
film is taking over Christmas.
and it's got Christmas in the title as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, valid. I like that guitar in the back as well. Yeah, that little run. Big solo. That's the big crowd participation part. Crowd participation part. The participation part.
Yeah, it's quite hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah, crowd participation part. Say that 3 times when you're drunk.
Catch me 'cause I know I'm falling slowly. But if it meant you love me slowly, catch me 'cause I know I'm falling slowly.
Tell you what, shout out to how this video's been shot, man. My friends, what do you think to the brand new song from The Word Alive? It's called Slow Burn from the album Hard Reset, which will be out August 25th.
I love doing this when you just a slow fade out as you talk over it. Proper radio, innit? Ladies and guys, that was The Word Alive. With Slow Burn.
You're having fun being a broadcaster, Ellie.
That's what you do on the radio.
Exactly that.
On radio.
On radio. My friends, the reason why we are reacting to that song is because we'll be joined by the lead singer of that band. Telle from The Word Alive will be on this show in about 15 minutes time.
Yeah, excited for that. We've got a new collab cam window.
Yeah.
We can test out.
New little layout for the interviews. And the idea behind this is to make it a little bit crisper when we do the post edit as well.
Like quaver.
Like a quaver.
I was thinking about a good crunch, like a Monster Munch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh, you got to go nacho then if you want the crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crisp as a tortilla
Or a
chip.
kettle chip.
Kettle chips are strong crisp as well. Dr. Scott participating, saying, love, it reminds me of their dark matter era. Vocals are sublime. They are indeed. And speaking of the vocals, Telle will be on the show in about 15 minutes time, which
Get
we're
to hear his vocals live
live.
from New York. No,
No,
from
we're
Phoenix, maybe.
Phoenix,
Arizona.
Arizona.
I think when I went to Vegas, we drove to what's that fort place?
Fort Minor? That's
Well,
the band.
Mike Shinoda's. Where is it? I drove over it. No, not the fort. It's Hoover Dam,
Hoover Dam.
which is near Vegas. So I drove to the Hoover Dam. I actually drove over the Hoover Dam.
Damn.
And then you go a bit further and you enter Arizona. But it is just like the desert, just nothing around.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Apparently Arizona is like one of the most fun places to go and party though.
I imagine.
Yeah.
I would like to go to a lot of America that I haven't been to. I've been to like Florida and LA and Vegas, but I want to go to like the smaller places,
The deeper
Yeah,
dives.
I also want to go to Texas.
Yeah,
Shoot some guns.
you're fitting well in Texas. We have got Rabs saying, not a band I've heard before. I think I'll give their songs a listen as well.
Well, they've got a serious back catalogue now.
Yeah.
2008, I think. their
2008
debut
they
was.
started, yeah.
First album was 2010. Second album was 2012. Not that I've got it written here.
Who's drumming for them now?
Daniel Nelson says here.
Okay, so not Luke.
No, Luke left a few last album. I don't know.
Damn. Because, yeah, I mean, if you look at the Word Alive's Wikipedia page, they've had a very large selection of band members over the years.
They've been very heavily involved and influential in like the scene, I guess.
Yeah?
Is it? I guess it's metalcore.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel like they're now more post. I don't know. It's so hard. I don't know what the genres
Were you about
are.
to say post-metalcore?
Post-hardcore? I don't know. Post-hardcore is so vague to me. Like people, you call like Architects post-hardcore now, but it doesn't really mean anything. There's so many bands that are lumped in with that genre.
It's why I hate genres so much, man, because it's like, why?
Well, it's just like, to me, like metalcore is, well, it stemmed from like Killswitch Engage and like those.
Who would you say the first metalcore band was?
I don't know. Probably, well, when was the first Killswitch album? Like early 2000s.
Let's have a look.
There was probably more. I'm not like a fucking...
Gatekeeper.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, August Burns Red have always been one of my favourites.
So the first Killswitch
big.
Engage album came out in 2000, which was a self-titled record.
How old were you then, John?
I would have been 6.
6 years old.
No, well, 6.
Rocking
7,
out to Killswitch Engage.
Busting out some Killswitch. And then The End of Heartache came out in 04.
Yeah. That's so long. Yeah. I remember when that came out. I think I watched it on like Scuzz or Kerrang or something.
And then you ended up working there.
Yeah. That's good. And you ended up working at Kerrang?
Yeah, I did.
Not the TV, but...
No, I did actually. Working on the TV was my first ever paid
Was
job.
it?
My first ever paid job in the music industry was voicing the official Kerrang rock chart on Kerrang TV.
What was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Before I even...
So that's like Channel 4, isn't it? Or
Box
it was
TV.
Box TV.
Yeah.
But now, well, Channel 4 now own Box, so...
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think so Box had... This is a boring conversation, if you know. So Box had 4Music and Kerrang and all that.
Yeah.
So obviously they were part of the Channel 4 network, but I guess then Channel 4 was like, well, we'll just buy you all.
That makes sense. Because when I went in to record the first ever official Kerrang rock chart, I had to go to London for it. And it was like... It was mad, man. I walked into this office and it was literally just like TVs and computer screens everywhere. And then I was like, this is sick. And then I was like, where am I voicing it? And they put me in this tiny little sweat box of a voiceover booth where I was genuinely like sweating out of my eyeballs.
That was like, we had one of those at Sony. It's like you come to the Sony offices, you're like, oh, great, we're in Sony. And then we had, literally like a little, it was just like a pod like that you stuck people in full of like soundproofing.
Yep.
But if you had people in there for like an hour doing a voiceover, they'd come out just soaking.
Yeah. I remember doing one for you guys, although I was quick in and out that one. I think I was only in there for like 10, 15 minutes.
Still get your hourly rate though.
Yeah, thank you. Sorting a boy out. Mr. Rabs saying, always finding new music. Thanks to you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Mr. Rabs. It's what we're here for, my friend. We're in the process of educating people and trying to push them in the direction.
There's a lot of music out there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time.
Yep. So we're trying to cut through the...
Yeah, even us. There's still new bands ready to be discovered.
Yep. Like, who did we react to on that last show? Silent Planet.
Silent Planet, yeah.
Yeah, never heard of that band before. And I'm like, Ollie's educating me on stuff. So yeah, it's a big educational process.
What's that new single called? It was called...
Isn't it like Annihilation or something like that? Assimilation.
I can see it in my head.
It begins with an A.
Yeah.
It does begin with an A. It's on my like songs near the top. Antimatter.
Antimatter.
Yeah. Antimatter for the master plan. Louder than God's revolver and twice as shiny.
Antimatter for those
Antimatter.
Southern. Antimatter.
Antimatter.
From Liverpool.
Well, my friends, we will be joined by Telle from The Word Alive in about 10 minutes' time, talking all about the band's brand new album, which is going to be dropping August 25th. Some strong features.
Yeah.
On that record,
all about them,
which we'll get into. And speaking of features, actually, there's one thing that I wanted to mention, which was a song with a strong selection of features on it, actually. Little Peep, I Love, Makonnen, I never know how to pronounce it, and Fallout Boys collaboration, I've Been Waiting. Certified platinum in the US, marking 1 million units sold.
A million units.
A million units, which is fucking huge. Not just when you consider the fact that it features Fall Out Boy and Little Peep, but also more so Little Peep's involvement in it all, because that song came out after Peep had passed away, I do believe, and it was one of the songs that was part of the plan to basically send that kid into the stratosphere and to like push him into being like a global household name. That was the next stage of the plan with Little Peep, is basically move into like the UK and Europe, focusing heavily on like cracking like the UK and European demographic. He was probably going to do like some pretty big venues over here before his tragic and timely passing. But I just wanted to give a massive shout out to that man, because 1 million units sold for a song like that is fucking huge in this day and age.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's like, how many people in the UK? 60 million, something like that.
65, yeah.
But it's at least like a small city worth of people.
It's like Birmingham.
Birmingham's got more than 1
Yeah,
million.
that's true, actually.
It's like maybe Chester, where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's like the whole of Chester buying
That
single.
song. File that under things that you love
I reckon,
to
no,
see.
there's probably less than a million in Chester. It's not that big. But yeah,
If
I
we're
always
being
when I always
pedantic
think
about
of like measurements, I'm like, how many people, how big would an area need to be to like?
it. Do you know how I
host
do
people?
it? I do it in terms of venue. So if I have to ever
Yeah.
picture 5,000 people, I think of Brixton Academy. If I ever have to picture 10,000 people, I think of Wembley.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you had X amount of listeners or viewers. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I've had Wembley.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like Wembley Stadium's like 100.
One of my videos has got 140 odd thousand.
Let's go, bro.
That's like loads of O2s.
Yeah, couple
I
of
could-
O2, a Wembley Stadium in there.
If every one of those viewers bought a ticket to my show that I was playing,
Yeah,
fucking loaded.
yeah, big Taylor Swift money.
Fortunately, it's all free on the internet.
It is indeed. Because we love you, my friends. Shout out to some of the people in the chat. Aaron Stickle saying Silent Planet are phenomenal. Antimatter is a tune. And Dr. Scott on the agreement there. Yeah, big fan of what Silent Planet are doing with that tune. And, you know, speaking of reactions, we'll be reacting to a couple more throughout today's show. Couple of new tunes kicking around.
Yeah, well, our second guest on the show, Hamish from Vukovi, they've just released a new single
Repeat.
on their new label, Sharptone Records, which is big news. So we'll talk all about that and we'll listen to it a bit later. Do you want to check out anything else before Telle comes on?
Got 6 minutes before Telle joins us. I feel like that isn't enough time to do a reaction.
Should I? So I'll do this. The Bloodstock winners.
Yeah,
or winner.
do that, bro.
So last week we ran a competition to win 2 tickets at Bloodstock, and all you needed to do was write in the comments on the Instagram post what would be your must-have item to take to Bloodstock, and I've picked a winner. I know I've contacted them. It's all good.
Hell yeah.
I'll read out some of the entries.
Submissions.
A lot of them are just more like normal things you'd bring. Got a few beers.
Yep.
Someone says electric soup.
Electric
Which
soup.
I'm assuming is beers because they put a beer emoji.
Okay. I've never heard beer referred to as electric soup before.
I mean, someone's put a tent and a cider. Again, very normal things you
Yeah.
take. Wellies, sunnies. Someone says an inflatable glow stick.
an inflatable glow stick.
Oh, an inflatable glow in the dark lightsaber, so we don't
right.
lose each other in the pit, which I quite like. Someone says sun cream because I don't know if you were there. Remember last year in early August.
Was it sweltering?
It was like 35 degrees. I was there. I was at Bloodstock on the Saturday, and I've never seen so many melting goths.
Oh, really?
Just like
A download was bad for it this year.
well,
though.
yeah, but Bloodstock's more like leather and
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
just so many people just dying in the heat. But shout out to the fucking pit crew because I saw like Silos has played, Lorna Shaw played, and people were fucking circle pitting, moshing,
Let's go.
crowd surfing in fucking 34 degree.
That's the thing about metalheads, man, is that like I think
I was just like, give them some water.
yeah, genuinely, like
I couldn't even stand out in the sun for like long enough.
yeah, I felt that way at Download Festival this year. Although sometimes it does create a nice effect. Like whilst Lorna Shaw were playing To the Hellfire, the circle pit that was going on kicked up a quite literal dust tornado. And as you got Will Ramos on stage making his pig squeals, quite literally, it looks like the gates of hell have opened up from the front of the pit in front of him.
It's good luck, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the winner of the competition is Dan Thackeray.
Hey, had a baby, Dan.
With his,
Let's go.
his entry, he says, is My Tinky Winky costume, which I liked because he's put the word my in it. So he has he's got it. He owns it, I imagine.
My fucking Tinky Winky costume.
Yeah. Like he was like, oh, what should I wear? Goes for his wardrobe. Oh, should I wear my metal t-shirts, jeans, whatever? No, got it. Tinky Winky.
Is that the purple one?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
Tinky Winky, La La, Poe. What was the other
Tipsy.
one? Tipsy. Was he tipsy?
Tipsy.
Dipsy. Was it tipsy? No, surely it's not tipsy.
Definitely not tipsy.
Tinky Winky. Something. La La. Poe. Poe's the fucking G.
What's a day to remember's favourite Teletubby? La 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 la.
Now everybody's singing La.
Right? Off the dome, my friends. That's the kind of content that you're in for.
That's the kind of quality of jokes.
Yeah, man. Nothing from the top shelf here. It's all buy one, get one free. Dipsy, Aaron says. Is it?
Dipsy?
Yeah, that
sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Aaron also says Bring It Leeds Fest last year felt like a post-apocalypse with the dust storm. It was sick.
Yeah. Especially with that new theme.
Yeah.
The new Church of, what's it called?
That would have been pre-Church of Horizon, though.
Oh, Leeds Fest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Leeds
Actually,
Fest
yeah. But they still had, that was the debut of the previous production, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Because I was at Reading and it was like...
The AI generated... Yeah.
I remember it being so mind-blowing. It's one of those where you like... Obviously the performance is great, but you just can't keep your eyes off the graphics and all that going on.
Yeah.
And
genius way to start a show, and how they've tied it into the story for this next record with like Eve using it as a way to study humanity, figuring out what's wrong with us all.
Well, I like it because they do that thing where it's like they have a camera scanning the audience and they put that into the stream, into the feed. So it's like scanning, looking for mosh pits.
Yeah, no mosh pits detected.
Open this place up. It's great. What a way to like get the crowd going before you've even stepped on stage.
Before you've even said a word as well. Like when you've got a robot telling you to stop like being such a wuss about it and actually fucking push it back.
And then Ollie comes out and enforces that.
Yeah, man.
Pull the fucking tempo down.
Bro, he said that in that performance for the first time since I saw him do it at that Reading one. Like, so the first time I saw him do it was Reading.
Is it offensive? I can't tell.
I don't know.
Pull the fucking tampon out is kind of offensive, isn't it? But I feel like he gets away with it because he said it for years.
Yeah. And it's quite tongue in cheek with its use. Like, yeah.
Because I'm always like, it's like kind of funny, but kind of also offensive.
I think the message does what it says on the tin. Like the desired effect is
listen, yeah.
Listen, yeah.
Sometimes I forget we're live. And I'm like, self edit. Get that.
Yeah, you should have seen us trying to do the podcast intros and outros, my friends. Actually, to be fair, that's something we can talk about. Is the podcast is near enough done. We're going to start podcasting this show as well, so you can listen to the Jon Mahon show on the go. And we've been recording intros and outros for the for the shows that we've done so far to turn them into podcasts.
When do you reckon the first one will be?
Hopefully,
Next week?
hopefully by the time this weekend hits, we're going to record a nice little trailer after the show. But episode 1's edited, episode 2's edited.
Sick. Get them out.
Yeah.
Once you figured it out.
Yeah. Another
What is a
platform.
podcast?
Oh, I don't know about you, my friends, but do you ever just look at your phone and go, why are there so many platforms? Like, why are there so many things to check? Why is it emails, messages, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads?
I'll tell you why, John. Because they want your money.
Yeah, it's true.
And they say, if you don't do this, like all your friends, you're missing out. But while you're doing that, we're going to steal all your information and sell it for advertising.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true.
It's the hard truth.
Data, my friends, that's where the real money is in 2023. But look at us still trying to do the music thing.
Yeah. It's like you speak to like your old relatives at a family gathering. They're like, oh, you're still doing your music, are you?
Still doing the music. Well, my friends, we'll be joined on the show very, very shortly by Telle from The Word Alive. The band have got a brand new album coming out very soon, just a couple of weeks away. It's called Hard Reset. And
What have they had so far? So the previous single was New Reality and Nocturnal Future. Da-da, da-da. John's freaking out because he's 2 minutes late.
Wouldn't necessarily say I'm freaking out. I'm just like, I tell you, the thing that gives me the most anxiety about this, and I had like, when we first started doing this show, I actually had to send the Zoom links to Ollie to be like, is this right? Like, have I done the Zoom link thing right?
It's only messed up once when it was Jacob from Super Love.
Yeah.
And the link wasn't there.
I know exactly what I did. I like, because with Zoom, right, when you create a Zoom link, there's all that like stuff that you don't need.
Yeah.
Like right at the bottom. So I must have like taken that out, and in the process of taking that out, actually wiped the link that you needed.
Because he was like, is it a Google Meet? And we were like, well, we're not on Google Meet. So whoever you're getting on a call with ain't us.
Definitely not us. Definitely not us. But yeah, hopefully I haven't botched this one like the last one. Shall I just click the link and see if it is right? Maybe. But my friends, as we said, the Jon Mahon show is now going to be a podcast, but we also have been churning out videos on YouTube since May.
Yeah.
May was the first one. And on that, there is a special that we did at Slam Dunk Festival earlier on this year. And during that Slam Dunk special, we had Hamish and Janine from Vukovi. And one of my favorite parts of that interview, we had a segment where it's like, how many questions can you answer in 69 seconds? And there was one clip in particular from that interview that still to this day, like if I like even scroll past it on my phone without even playing it, I start giggling because I know what it is.
What's that?
So you know when, I can't remember like what the question was, but Hamish just goes, go, go, go. And Janine just goes,
What does he say in that bit?
he just says, go, go, go. But it sounded like,
Wasn't it like, who's the best band you've played with or sort of supported? Or,
yeah, like
or
the
most-
nicest band that you've supported.
I'm like, is that a band? It was funny though.
Yeah, big fan.
I like the two of them, their sort of banter between each other. I guess because they've been working together for so long, they have that thing where it's like you can tell what each other are thinking.
They can indeed. Well, my friends, it is time to introduce you to our first live guest on today's show. The lead singer of a band who are going to be dropping a brand new album called Hard Reset out on August 25th. Please show a lot of love and appreciation for Telle from The Word Alive.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Hell yeah, dude. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very good indeed. Very good. Where in the world are you? You're coming to us from Phoenix at the moment.
Los Angeles.
Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles.
Damn.
Yeah,
So you moved out of Arizona.
yeah. I think I moved here probably like 12, yeah, 12 or 13 years ago. The hot sun. I like to be outside, but I like to be able to be outside and enjoy it. So Phoenix was a little too much.
Yeah, I was looking at Vegas weather the other day, and it was like 40 over 40 degrees, which is like I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's very fucking hot. And I was like that I
Very,
wouldn't
very.
be able to survive in that weather.
Oh yeah, dude. Arizona hit. I think it was the longest streak of being over 100 degrees in a row ever in history. Like last week, it was like
God.
I don't
Jesus
even know.
Christ.
Oh, that's
I was like,
disgusting.
yeah, I was like, this is why I left a long time ago. Uh,
Yeah.
I love the state, beautiful state, but I can't deal with that.
It's only slightly less hot in LA, I guess. It's still nice, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah, it's not too bad here.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, metaphorically transferring into a very different kind of heat. The heat that is coming off the songs that you have been releasing. Holy shit. Like, let's start with the last single, Slow Burn. I'm guessing this is going to be the last single before we head into the record.
No,
No, there's
so
one more.
so Hate Me drops at midnight tonight,
Oh, so
with Loveless. And yeah, and then we'll see from there. Yeah.
Holy
But
shit.
yeah, we have one more like at least official single tonight at midnight.
Ah, let's go. Well, that's a nice segue into the collaborations on this album because you have loaded this record with names. Was that a decision going into the process that you wanted to team up a little bit more on this one?
Uh, Definitely like I had always been a huge fan of collaboration, like I think that's one of my favorite parts about music is, when bands or artists of different kinds come together and they're able to create something that kind of sounds like them, kind of sounds like you, and it gives, fans a little taste of what that would be like. And so for me, when we started doing this one, Craig was the first one that I asked and that he signed on. And then it just kind of became like when it felt natural, like when it felt like, okay, this song feels like it it would be great to have this person because their voice is so good, but it just the energy of it, it just matches and it's very, cohesive. So that was the goal. It wasn't just to like, I didn't set out and I'm like, I'm gonna get all these features. It was just like when the songs wrote themselves and it felt like that song might be meant to have another voice on it, then I would hit someone up.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. And like it's something that bands are starting to get a little bit more used to. It felt like for the longest time bands were so afraid of bringing anyone else in and like almost sharing that spotlight with anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree. I felt like that. And in my mind, I'm like, collaborate. It's fun for fans. It's like it creates fun moments on the album. It creates fun moments to maybe like tour together or have that person come out at a show and you never know. It's like, are they going to play that song? Are they going to do the part? It's like some of those moments have been so special for fans at live shows. And that's what this record is like about. It's about bringing people from just like listening and all, the streaming and all those things and like come see the show and let's put on a show for you. So that was kind of the mentality with it.
it's like the word alive cinematic universe, just getting an Avengers team assembly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, speaking of getting Craig on, it's interesting that he was the first name that came to him. And what was that conversation like given Craig's past with the word alive?
So me and Craig have, I mean, and obviously there's that history. Me and Craig have been friends, but even before that time period.
Oh, damn.
So I would say probably not that long, maybe even a year or two after, maybe like in 2010 or 11, like there were like talks where we'd be like, man, you know what? Like we should do a song together. Like that would be so awesome for the fans. Like, and that would not just show that like there's all love there and appreciation and respect, but it would just be fun for the fans. So we talked about it for
years and years, and it just never worked out schedule wise. And then this time I was working on the song, and the song that Fade Away with Craig was I wrote with Zach in Arizona, and we were recording with Matt Good, and Craig moved to Phoenix again. And so like it was pretty easy to just be like pop in the studio, you know, and if this is your jam, like just kind of go to town on it. And he went in with Matt. I had to go back to LA, but he went in and just absolutely crushed it. And one of his big things that he said, he's like, this is just going to be so much fun for the fans. Like, and that's the whole like, you know, reason that we're still a band, that their band's still a band. It's like fans make all of us what we are. And so it's like for us, we just wanted to have that full circle moment that, you know, if you're an OG, you're gonna like get and understand how big of a deal it is. But even if you're not, you're just gonna be like, this is just a good song that has two people, hopefully, that I like to listen to.
Yeah, well, we're live at the moment, so we have a few people in the chat, and we had a little play of Slow Burn before, and some people in the chat were like, oh, this sounds really cool, we're going to check these guys out. So still making new fans even after you've been around for over 10 years now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, welcome to the family. We hopefully will be picking up as many new friends along the way this record. And you know, this one's special. If you like Slow Burn, the thing is there's almost no other song like it necessarily on the record, but there are melodic songs, but it's like it also has a lot of like heavy stuff, a lot of faster paced stuff. So I feel like this record is like all the good parts of the Word Alive, like mixed in and out throughout it. So it's just a nice listen, I think.
Hell yeah. And I can imagine a slice of that heaviness is probably going to come when Bad Omens jump on for their tune. And I mean, the explosion of that band over the last couple of years has been insane. I mean, when did this collaboration first start happening? When were the first conversations for it? Was it after their like sort of meteoric rise, or was it even before then?
It was definitely after, but I would say like how I guess it kind of ended up beginning way before then. Noah and Jolly and I have been friends for however long now. Noah and I even further back. We've tried to tour like multiple times over the years. Through the last, I would say like 3 or so years, there were a chunk of, or 4 years, maybe even longer. There were a chunk of guest vocals that I've done and recorded that actually recorded with Noah. And then the three of us, Jolly, Noah, and I would do some co-writes together and working on music. And so then when one of us was being made, I knew it was a song that like was going to have a feature. It just felt like there were enough different shifting energies throughout the song that it would be really easy to have. And you know what's funny is, so I actually brought 2 songs to Noah. I went over to his house one day and I was like, hey, I'm going to play you 2 songs. I'm pretty sure I know which one like you are going to want to be on. And I'm like, I'm going to play you the first one first, which is the one that like, you know, some other people in the band or at the label were like, we feel like this song is the one. And I was like, no, that's not the one. And then when he heard this one, he was like, this is exactly my vibe. He loved the chorus, loved the dynamics. And he actually did, he liked it so much, he actually has like a producer credit on it. He went back in and did like a bunch of production on the song. And so it made it even more like his style. So the song has transformed so much from the beginning demo until now. And he really like, I don't know, that the song sounds like literally if like Bad Omens and The Word Alive like created something together. It's some really cool, great parts about their band and some really cool, great parts about our band. But yeah, it does get heavier at one particular section.
I like that the credits are like the full band as well, rather than just a member as well. I think it helps people like check out those bands as well if they haven't heard them.
Yeah, that all that stuff has to do with like that's on the label
That's the label.
side, and that's
Yeah.
all like how that works with like, you know, sometimes, it's like I'll be featured and it's like as Telly Smith because it can't be the word alive because this
Uh,
conflict or whatever. So
Oh damn.
um
Politics.
it's just all yeah, it's all the politics stuff. But I do think like if you think Escape the Fate, you think of Craig. If you think of Bad Omens, you think of Noah. If you think of Normandy, you think of Philip. If you think of so forth and so on. It's like there is that like they've developed their names and I think their names are synonymous with their projects, of course. So either way, I don't think it really matters, but it does for the whatever behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, more often than not, it's like people sat behind contracts and all that kind of boring shit, being like, actually, it's got to be said this way. But one thing that I actually did want to pull you up on, speaking of collaborations, and it's interesting you say that with like the Word Alive Association, was your cover of the Lewis Capaldi song, Someone You
Someone you
Loved,
love.
with Our Last Night are on there, I See Stars are on there, and there's another voice on there as well.
Ashland.
Ashland. So was that another case where it was like, even though it pretty much is like you on the song, it had to be the Word Alive as a collective?
Yeah, so I don't remember how it came about exactly of like the how the features came across, but I know that there's something on the back end. I don't know, there's all this back end stuff of just like how it gets placed on
Yeah.
Spotify and whatnot. But yeah, that was the easy one. Like we were going to be doing the tour with Our Last Night. I think it was 2019. And we've known those guys for a long time. They were like, this is the idea for the song is we want to have every singer from the tour do a portion of the song and then blend them in. So they were like every singer I think sang like most if not all the song, and then they kind of like took bits and pieces and wherever wherever they felt like you shine most, like they kind of like just like that was your spot.
That's
So
sick.
that was a fun one too. Like uh actually I think I recorded my vocals and me and Devin was there at the studio when I recorded because we shot our video scenes at the same day that I recorded the song. So it was just another thing too. It's cool to collaborate and I've always been about that. So as often as I can that it makes sense. I try to when it's like the right song.
Sick. And do you know if Lewis has heard that cover? Because he is somewhat of a national treasure around these parts, and he is a big alternative music fan as well.
I mean, he is an icon. I love him. I love his energy. I love his story. His voice is incredible. I hope he's heard it and I hope he loved it. But I don't know for sure.
Ah, well, we'll see if we can try our best to try and push it into his direction in some way, shape, or form.
Please do.
Doubt he'll listen to us.
Yeah,
Just a couple of idiots. All right, Lewis.
any chance you could check out this sick cover of one of your songs?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's talk about the song that's going to be coming out at midnight then with Loveless. So, one of the biggest up and coming names currently going in music, like quite a lot of hype around this band. And was this another case where, like, as you were writing this one, you kind of heard the feature going on in your head?
Yeah, so this is a song that I started writing in actually also in 2019, and I was at this studio of one of Zach's friends. Oh no, I was at the studio of the old engineer who engineered our records, Dark Matter and Violent Noise, Ryan Damonson, and we were just having like a writing day. Sometimes Zach and I would just be like, let's just see what we can come up with. So I started this song idea with Zach um and then at the time, like the rest of the band they just didn't feel it, I guess. Like they didn't think it was like meant to be on the record. So it would have been worked out and fleshed out and ended up on Monomania. But
Damn.
they were like, nah, let's do something else. So I was like, really? I was like, all right. So stashed it, waited, and then brought it back, revamped it, made it like 10 times cooler, and literally like so Julian and I have been talking for a while now online about like collaborating and we were like friends online and then someone had tweeted and been like Loveless, the word alive when and and I I don't know if it was him or I who wrote first and then the other wrote. And so then it was like I was working on this song and I sent it to him and I was like, well, actually, I have this song that I think will be perfect for your voice. And he absolutely murdered it. Like it's so good. I think this song, it's definitely I would say the hardest vocally, or one of the hardest ones vocally. And it's very sneaky, but it's like in a higher key than I'm normally singing in. And he just went off. So it like pushed me to another level too, because I'm like, well, if he's going off, like I gotta like really step my game up. So it made me a better singer, and he's an incredible vocalist. So he wrote all his parts, and which was really cool to I didn't know what he was gonna write, and I'm just like, let's see like what he does. He sent me back like a really rough idea in like 45 minutes, and he was like, this is kind of the vibe I'm gonna go for. And it was a lot of it was like what he ended up doing. He just like did it more like fleshed out, but it was crazy. I'm like, I know what that feeling is like, so it was really cool. It's like when you're really into a song and it feels really natural to you, it just kind of like pops out and you're like, yeah, I'm thinking this. And so for him, it like sounded like it was like really fast and really easy, but that's like sometimes a great sign about a song. It's like it's like the song writes itself, and those are the best songs.
Hell yeah. We've had quite a lot of musicians on this show say that. Was it Stand Atlantic we were talking to, Download Festival,
Yeah.
talking about the song Death Wish. And they were like, we literally, like, as soon as we laid down the melody, they were like, bang, the hook came, bang, the verse came. And they were like, within a day, they were like, we had a hit, and they just knew it with that one. And they were like, we haven't been able to do that since, but it's nice to know that we can.
No, it's sick. Like, we are just like vessels for the music to come out. Like I feel like the way that things are, like music will find a way to be made, and songs just pour out of people, and it's you just have to like let it happen.
And it's interesting you said a bit about letting it happen and being sat on that song in particular since like what 2019. I mean, what's the longest you've sat on a song that it's been there on hard drives having like updated versions until it actually finally makes it?
That one's probably it.
That one's
As
probably
far
it.
as like from where it started until the day it was like 100% done was probably physically the longest amount of time. Um, but it didn't take that much time when you count just the days that it was worked on. I would say it was like a week or less of total like work time. But when you start it here and then it's like, oh, let's change the verse here. Oh, let's do this. You know, there was enough like tweaks to it, but for the most part, like I think we've actually played the demo on our Patreon before.
Oh, s-
And it was one of those things where I was like, I want to say I posted it maybe like a year and a half or 2 years ago, because I knew I was like, this song, there's something here. And so I posted on our Patreon, and fans didn't know at the time that it would be eventually like the song that became, but it's not like so different that you feel like it's a different song. It's mostly the same song, just cooler guitar parts, cooler drums, better vocals. But um yeah, so it's just one of those things like you never know. And fans loved it. Like our Patreon was like, this song's awesome. So I was like, okay, maybe we're good here with this song.
it's a keeper.
It's a nice little Easter egg for all the Patreon fans as well when they listen to the
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome. Well, I mean, we haven't got long left because I do believe you've got another one of these at 8 o'clock. But like with the time that we do have, I mean, like the Word Alive as a band been going since 2008, and you've been in this band pretty much the majority of that time. And I mean, compared to like 2008 to 2023, what has been some of the hardest parts, like musically, like still making music at this point in your career, like sitting down in a studio and going, right, cool, it's now like a totally fresh slate again?
I would say the making of the music has never really been the hard part. I would say a combination of, when you're a band that has had very like opinionated members over the years, it's like, it's which songs get made, which songs do make the record, which songs get to be like fleshed out into what their full promise is versus like you cater to people and now you end up with like maybe it's not the best that version or that song could be. It's not the best version of the song, but it is the most real to the band version at that time. So I would say it's never been the music that's been hard per se, because we all have always just loved making music. But it is, I will say it is hard to kind of like harness in the vision of the band over the years and then maintain that, or you want to try new things, but you don't want to also be like, this is our band. It's like, because we're just musicians like anyone else. Like we like to try stuff, and maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. Um, so that's what I would say is the hardest part, is just like longevity, and you know being able to, for a band like us, like we never wanted to just be like one thing. We always wanted to experiment, and I think like the hardest part is knowing that some people will love you for that, and some people will be like, why don't you just do this all the time?
Classic.
But we like
and,
this
and,
version.
yeah, and it's like, so knowing that is a hard thing, because you almost want to be like, well, should we just do that? But it's like, but no, like this is your band, like this is our lives. Like we should be making the music that we want to make at any given time, and hopefully fans will connect with it. And if they don't, that's okay, because music is subjective, and you're just never gonna have everyone like anything. It's not possible.
I mean, that's a phenomenal statement piece, and something that I really do hope like translates to a lot of bands as well, is that you can like stay not just in your lane, but go into as many lanes as you want. You can experiment, you can explore.
I mean, I feel like the bands that do that, you look at Bring Me Horizon,
Yeah.
like for the amount of hate they've got over the years, they're now one of the biggest bands in the
Yeah, the
world.
amount of shit they got for writing Ammo.
Yeah, but it's always going
And
to gain more
they
fans.
can kind of just do anything they want now. I feel like they've
Yeah.
they've navigated the hate so well that everyone sees it. It's like there will be people hating, but it's like then you see the videos of the live shows and the streaming
Yeah.
numbers. It's like, well, people who love things are just not busy being on like Twitter talking shit all the time. They're listening to the song. They're in the real world. They're going to the shows. Like they're having the best time of their lives. So it you can't really put too much stock into like what people hate. Now, I do say that, there is such a thing as constructive criticism, but it's really hard with music, because it's like someone would be like constructive of it, but maybe it's a song about like your family member dying or something. It's like it's such a sensitive thing where I I feel like people just need to let people write whatever they need
Yeah.
to write, because you never know, like maybe that person's like, this might not be the best song, but it's something I needed to say, and it's something that I needed out there, and then you're gonna make more songs if people give you a chance to.
100%. I know Dayseeker had that, like with their latest record. Like I saw the singer Dayseeker put out a tweet saying it's nice to see people like slagging off this work, which is all about the death of my old man. And it's like obviously needed to write that record for a certain element of catharsis, and you've still got people being like, well, where are the riffs though?
At the same time, they're bigger than they've ever been. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, I mean the world can be a little cruel and a little cold, but I think as long as artists keep making art that's, authentic to themselves, no matter what that is, like that it's gonna help someone. It's gonna be a part of someone's soundtrack in their life. So that's all that matters.
100%. Well, just before we let you go, Telle, we actually wanted to end this interview with the end of your album, because it's a very interesting choice having a collaboration close out an album. Not just a collaboration with From First to Last as well, which Ollie pointed out member-wise.
so Matt Goodge is
Yeah.
is in for First to Last, I believe. So
Yeah.
Did that
He's
all come
founding.
about because of Matt?
Yeah, so I mean, having Matt Good on not just a song, but then on the last song and maybe my favorite song on the record, it was such a full circle thing. Like I've been a pretty outspoken like From First to Last fan, and we toured with From First to Last with Matt in 2010 and maybe 11. He recorded Dark Matter and Violent Noise and Misery and Overdose, and he's just been like a big part of our band, like both in like the inspiration and friendship. And when it came time to working on this record, I'm just such a big fan of Matt's voice. I think he has one of the most underrated voices in the scene, period, and he's only gotten better. Like he's on this song, he arguably sounds the best he ever has, and he does some crazy shit in this song. So War With You is like, we do some things in this song that the Word Alive have never done, and it's a huge part of that is because of Matt. And so I'm so excited for people to hear it and hear how he just absolutely went off.
Damn. Well, final thought on the brand new record. Did you say that's going to be your favorite song off it?
It changes all the time, but I think The Word Alive is Dead, the first song, or the last song, War With You, both of those songs are the ones I listen to the most, probably.
Hell yeah.
Because they're both like unlike anything we've ever done.
I'm always excited to see what closes out a record, especially like with a band like yourself who, like, as you said, have experimented with so many different soundscapes, and like hearing you say how far you've pushed it on this last track. Oh,
Yeah.
August 25th needs to hurry the fuck up.
I agree.
Well, Telle, thank you ever so much for your time today, my friend. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And best of luck with brand new song out at midnight with Loveless. Is that one of us? Is that one?
Hate Me.
Hate Me.
Out.
Hate Me with Loveless at midnight. And then Hard Reset, brand new album, August 25th. My friends, one time, show some love and appreciation for Telle from The Word Alive.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Cheers,
bro.
dude.
Take care, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you guys have a good day.
Cheers. You too, man.
There it
Hell
was.
yeah.
Good old Telle.
What
On the telly.
what a series of stories that was.
Yeah.
Like, fully behind the scenes into how Noah came on board for that collaboration.
That's the thing, like, you forget that Bad Omens have been around for ages. It's just only the last few years they've blown up. So, like, a lot of friends in the scene. And yeah, it's good selection of guests they've got.
Yeah.
Some hot names, hot new bands.
Yeah. Hate Me with Loveless out at midnight, my friends. Well, we are just going to hit pause real quick because Hamish from Vukovi will be joining us in about 13 minutes time. So go to the toilet, grab yourself a drink, and we'll see you back here in a few.
In a bit.
Yes, my friends, and welcome back to the Jon Mahon Show, powered as always by Forever Loud.
Had a quick pee break, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Very much needed.
Very much needed.
Yeah. Otherwise, this stream would have been wet and wild.
And if you have just joined us, you missed an interview with Telle from The Word Alive.
Yeah, that'll
But-
be up on our YouTube channel straight after the show.
But if you're like, oh, I've missed a great interview, well, you're in luck.
Yeah. Double bubble!
Another great guest is coming up. One of my favourite people.
Yeah.
One of my favourite bands and people
A great
in
human
the
being.
world. Hamish Riley.
A one of one kind of soul. And the reason, my friends, we have Hamish from Vukovi on the show is because we were gifted a brand new song by the band.
Well, this week's been a big Vukovi week. So a couple of announcements. First, signed to Sharptone Records, which are home of Holding Absence, Loathe. Who else?
Do they have Sleep Token?
No, they don't have Sleep Token. Loads of cool bands. Can't remember any of those off the top of Don Broco. Don Broco's on Sharptone. So it's a big move for a band like Vukovi. And they've just released this new single, which is the first on Sharptone Records, called Creep Heat. And it's got silence at the start of the video.
No temptation. I'm not even going to try and read this.
Except what...
Oh my God.
Let me in. Do you wanna play with me? I got a secret you
This has
can't
been
unsee.
shot
I got the
beautifully.
devil in me. Jacked up, load a gun that I need you to see. Do you wanna sneak a peek? Take a look, it's real, baby. I'm on the line of creep heat, and you'll be the death of me. Not flattered by your size. Tell you now, my desire is looking at your pride. You're very dead and gone. When I set your blink on fire, to be bonsai. You're so sad. You're not gonna take me to paradise.
Mate.
I don't want this 'cause you're fine. I lost and never won't comply. Bitch, bye.
Fuck.
Good stop. Yeah. Just because, like, Nula didn't come out that long ago, so it's like, didn't expect them to have new music so soon and music of this quality so soon.
It just goes to show the talent of these human beings. Like, there's so much to dissect there. I mean, like, I kind of want to just scrub it back a little bit to this sort of like intro-y kind of verse where Janine's spitting bars. Like,
Do you wanna play with me? I got a secret you
like the
can't
crunch of that riff.
I got the devil in me. Jacked up, load a gun that I need you to see. Do you wanna sneak a peek?
Using baritone, I believe.
Baby, I'm on the line of creep heat, and you'll be the
Oh, is that on the guitar?
Baritone guitar. So it's like a halfway between a guitar and a bass, basically. Well, it's a guitar, but its standard tuning is like A. So it's like, if you think normal tuning's E, it's like four octaves down.
This is why Ollie's here, my friends, is to like
Right.
really nerd
E.
out.
D. You have to go backwards in the alphabet. E, D, C, A. Yeah, 4. No, 3. What's that? I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
But what does matter is it sounds fucked.
We'll ask Hamish when he gets on.
So that bit where they're spitting some bars, I want to ask about like the aesthetics and the costumes and stuff, because I feel like this is a continuation. Like, I want to know why Hamish is dressed as a mime.
Yeah, I don't know if he's specifically dressed as a mime, but
I'm
Just got a white face.
I'm running with it.
okay.
I get this icky feeling. It was so unappealing.
I love this staging as well.
You're fucking doing, and I'm not the only one. To the back, you fucking turn. Too late, I know I'm only fucked.
Shut Shout out to the choreography as well.
Yeah, some good moves.
Yeah, man.
And I would know. I'm a
dance connoisseur.
Dancer myself.
Ollie was actually in Step Up too, if you look hard enough. Was that bar, you're a power hungry dog rabid for a bite?
Yeah.
What a fucking huge line.
Maybe the inspiration for having dogs in the video.
Also, on the note of Janine's voice, right, it sounds like mixing wise, there's one which is just Janine clean, and then there's like a sort of like vocoded or like auto-tuned effect behind it.
Could be.
Like, it sounds so fucking nice. This music video is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. Great song as well.
Yeah, like the location, the staging, the LEDs.
Yeah. It still has that Vukovi sound, but I feel like it's just they've pushed elements of it.
They feel like everything about this feels like main stage band energy.
Yeah.
Like proper big band energy. Oh, that little guitar run.
Or is it synth?
That's a good question, actually. Is it guitar or synth?
I think it's like an arpeggiated synth.
Yeah.
Forgive me, mother, for I've sinned.
Oh,
A demon shed,
breakdown.
committed an accident, unless she's in.
Diaz.
I thought that was a scream for a second. That.
Just Janine going in the background. Like being possessed.
Mate! Fuck with this riff.
Starlight and then let it in. I think I've crossed the line. I think I've crossed the line. I think I've crossed the line.
Holy shit. My friends, what do we make of the brand new Vukovi song?
Big tune.
Big tune is big. Creepy.
Well, Aaron says 60 streams and counting.
60. Represent.
Counting.
Let's go. Yeah, that's going to be a mainstay on playlist for the rest of the summer, that one.
Yeah. Can't wait. Well, Hamish will be on in a second, hopefully.
Any second now. Hamish.
Talk to him
Vukovi.
all about those chunky tones.
Yeah, see if, what was it? Baritone.
A baritone guitar, which is, yeah. I messaged him the other day and I said, nice chunky tones.
And did he agree?
Yeah.
With your
Well, he said
baritone
that's the
analysis?
first song he's recorded on the baritone.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Exciting stuff, John.
Very, very exciting. So,
Before he gets on, have you got anything else you want to chat about?
anything else to cover? Yeah, I kind of do. But I don't want to get into it if Hamish is going to jump on in a second. But you know how Bring Me and Fall Out Boy have been doing that ridiculous tour around the States? They were in New York the other night. And New York City. And during that, I think it was that show where they brought out, what's his face, for Cupid's Chokehold.
Travie
McCoy.
What a throwback. Gym Class Heroes.
Take a look at my girlfriend.
Is he still doing Gym Class Heroes?
I got no idea.
I remember he became like solo after Gym Class Heroes.
Is that where Travie came from?
Yeah. Well, I guess he was probably, because the connection was Gym Class Heroes was signed to Decadence, which was
Pete's
Pete's label. In it was like connected with Fuel by Ramen. So, isn't Fuel by Ramen run by one of the dudes from Less Than Jake?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Back in the day.
Really?
Well, I don't know if he's, yeah.
If so, that's money.
That is a lot of money.
Because 21 Pilots are fueled by ramen.
Yeah, well, Fuel by Ramen is
Paramore.
A subsidiary, or it's connected to Atlantic Records. So
Right.
they've got the big major label backing.
Which
It's kind of like it's basically like the Atlantic want to sign you, and you're like a bit too alternative for their main roster.
I'm with
Fuel
you.
by Ramen will take you.
It's where they send the dirty.
But then it's like
Grifos.
Paramore on it. Who else? 21 Pilots.
Yep. Meet Me at the Altar.
Yeah. Yeah, Fuel by Ramen have been like just like they're like the pinnacle of like pop rock,
Yeah.
pop punk and rock.
Yeah, like if you want to tread that borderline of like mainstream, but also within the emo scene, Fueled by Ramen was always.
You want that major label money,
Yeah,
but still have cool owners.
yeah. Fueled by.
Because I
Ramen.
feel like it's the same as like Epitaph, even though Epitaph probably aren't as big. They're obviously if you get signed to Epitaph, that's a big backing you've got, but it's ran by Brett from Bad Religion, so it's like it's still got that DIY sensibility and that sort of independent vibe. John's not listening.
I am. I was just messaging Hamish just to let him know that we're ready. We're ready for him.
Hamish, you son of a bitch! Did you write the right time on the email?
I'm starting to think. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't put a time on it. I just said 8 till 9.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. So.
Maybe it's our fault, John.
Oh, is it? Is it our fault? It is our fault.
Is he on?
Imagine if Hamish has been sat here waiting the entire time.
Oh, it's been 5 minutes. What's he said? What's he said on the?
He said, "Oh, sorry, I'm waiting." Apparently.
Well, we're in now.
Okay.
Professional.
At all
Podcast.
times. Oh.
Here he is.
Oh. I think this is how the Janine one started because there's audio,
Nice little image.
but is the video? There is video. Right then, my friends, let's do an introduction. Show a lot of love and appreciation right now because welcoming to the Jon Mahon Show, we have Hamish from Vukovi.
Jesus,
How you
John,
doing?
my ears.
Oh, I look huge.
The last interview we did was
Telle,
and his head was like really low down there, so he was like I was like I'm gonna put my hand there, but I can't see it.
Like,
I'm so zoomed in. That's hilarious.
it's cause
right, we can get foot.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Funny.
we're testing a new interview format setup. So we used to do like the side by side thing, and then when it came to like sharing it on socials, it'd all blow out and pixelate it and shit. So we were like, let's make it all bigger.
Yeah. I was in the waiting room for I think half an hour.
Oh shit, sorry.
Chilling. I was just chilling.
So I was just like,
I
he
had a
hasn't
great
come on
time.
the stream yet, but I realized because we had 2 different meetings,
2 Zooms.
so I forgot to close the old one and open the new one.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
You
My
guys
bad.
were giving me life. Honestly, it was fine. I enjoyed it.
Did you watch the whole of us reacting to
I did.
your
I
latest
did.
single?
I did.
How did we do on the reaction front?
Oh, you got me buzzing. I was so tired before this. I'm buzzing now.
Have you been for one of your mad 10K runs again?
I'm thinking about it. That's a post.
I've followed you, and your times on those runs is fucking fast.
Bro, your cardio's insane.
It's the fastest man
Oh
alive.
man, I'm working on it, dude. It was like a lockdown thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like a friend of mine, Cammy, was like, "Do you want to do the couch to 5K?" Because I put on so much weight during lockdown, and I was like, "Fuck it, yeah."
Same.
And then I got to 5K, and I was just like, "Let's just keep going, man." Do you know what I mean? And now it's 10Ks, and I've done 1 half marathon,
Holy
like last month.
shit.
which was literally me just going for a 10K, and I was like, I've got so much energy. Fuck it, I'm just gonna double it. Just like,
Well, Cameron's in the chat saying the fastest.
Oh,
man,
is he?
fastest man in Scotland?
oh, amazing.
Which
Yeah, Cammy got me started on it. Yeah,
Let's
like,
go. What's your time like for a kilometer? Like what you averaging per kilometer?
whoa, but 4 minutes 50.
Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, I mean, on a good day.
That's
On a good
really
day.
fucking good though.
Yeah.
Like you should be
Man.
very proud of that.
I think the my fastest run I had at like 4:40, I think, which was during lockdown when I was like every day, man, I was like smashing it. But obviously life has returned, hasn't it? So it's like when you can,
Yeah, festivals,
I'll-
gigging, drinking.
A lot of drinking. Yeah, a lot of things you should be doing,
Riffing.
but
heavy riffing.
heavy riffing. Thanks. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah.
Which brings us on
Very seamlessly.
to the new, well, I guess it's a new era for Vukovi right now, because big news this week, signed to Sharp Tone Records and released
Hell yeah.
that new single Creep Heat. I keep on want to say
Yep.
Creep Street, but that's
the old school clothing brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what my phone constantly autocorrects it to creep here. So when I was doing all the socials to post it, I was so panicking. I was double checking constantly that I wasn't like creep here. The new single. Not that anyone would give a fuck. You know what I mean? But
Like it's like you're outing yourself. It's like, hey, creep here. Hey.
yeah, creep here. Exactly.
H-E-R-E.
Yeah, risky name.
I mean,
Um,
as we were saying when we were doing the reaction to it, I mean, like Nula didn't come out all that long ago. Like for you to be churning out not just a hit, but a hit of this fucking quality is insane. I mean, where was the inception for this brand new tune?
Thank you I'm glad you like it. That's awesome. That's super cool. We're always like, I mean, like you're always your own worst critic, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? It's like we overthink everything, but I do like this song because Ollie, as you were saying, it's the first song that we've done on the baritone guitar. The overall tone of the song is a good bit heavier than the older stuff. Not like massively heavier, but it is heavier. But man, I mean, the timing was just good. We started writing simply because we had time, and when Sharp Tone came along, we had this and some other songs, and we're like, let's just like start by putting out a song with Sharp Tone, and let's just see what happens. Like, it might have nothing to do with the next album. Let's just release a tune. You know what I mean?
Standalone single.
Standalone single, brand new record label. Do you know what I mean? Let's just test the water a bit, I suppose. I don't know. We get bored easily.
Well, I guess it helps with like the announcement. It's like, oh, new label, new song.
Because you're going to be waiting a while for album 4. But we are working on it, so.
But you have got some exciting plans this year, including a little run with Baby Metal in the UK.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
stupid.
Is it 2 nights at the Roundhouse and then one in Wolverhampton, which is near us? So
We'll be there for
Is it?
Wolverhampton. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Please come. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. I don't know anyone in Wolverhampton, so please, yeah.
we'll be there.
2 Roundhouse in Wolverhampton. Wasn't a pure, like a bit of a dream come true. Like, they're like, I remember being in uni when Chocolate came out,
Yeah.
and was just like, this is the best thing ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they're one of the last bands I seen before lockdown as well. In Glasgow, they did a show with Creeper and Baby Metal. Last show I seen before lockdown. So like, it's just it's so cool, so buzzing.
I remember seeing them in Wembley. I think it was when that album came out, which got Chocolate on. And, I was just like, the amount of dancing they do. I was like, how are you doing this?
bonkers.
And singing.
Speaking of cardio, that must take some cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're amazing, and the Roundhouse shows are like underplays for them as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
this is not like a big thing for them. So
Yeah,
It's
they are
crazy.
they are an arena band pretty much 90% of the places that they go
Yeah.
to. So I mean, especially if you're going to be debuting some brand new Vukovi material, like what a stage for it to be getting some of its first plays on. And I mean, like, were rooms this kind of size what you were thinking about whilst writing this tune? Because like listening to that song, it just had main stage energy about it.
yeah, that's such a hard question. Do you know what? Actually, see that kind of question. Actually, is it Telle from Word Alive before
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
He actually put it a really good way when he was talking about you're kind of just a vessel for the music. That perfectly sums up how I often feel about music and when people give you credit for writing music. Does that make sense? Like, because a lot of the time people ask, how did you get there? And it's kind of hard to explain how it happens sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
I think it just comes out of you when you're doing it. And when you're in the moment, you're not really thinking about it. You just write a riff and then the rest of it comes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Creepy actually was a good example of a song like that, where I remember just sitting down with the baritone and jamming some riffs and ideas, and eventually I came up with the progression for the chorus, and I already had the the riff that sounds like Daft Punk that Janine's rapping over that you were saying, John. I kind of had that another version of that riff, and it just once I kind of put those pieces together, the whole song just went. Do you know what I mean? And Janine suggested some really good changes, and then she came up with the lyrics pretty fucking fast for it, and that was it. I wish there was a deeper like reasoning behind it, but it just something's just clicking. That was one of the songs, and I think that's why we were like, let's just put it out because we showed the boss at Sharptone, basically, Sean, and he was just like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, let's just put it out. We were like, fuck yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
That's a nice dose of reassurance when brand new labels straight away are like, yeah, send it.
dude, terrifying. We like went to their office in London, and they're lovely. Nathan and Sean, the two guys that work with there, are lovely. And Sean, the boss, hadn't heard it before, and we're sitting at this like typical like record label round table, and Nathan's like, "Oh, Sean, I'll let you hear the new stuff," and we were just like, "Oh, what?" Like, because we have to sit in the room listening as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like I hate listening to our own music in the company of other people. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's terrifying, and you've just signed to this guy's label. You know, he's gonna help you make a record. Do you know what I mean? And luckily he really liked it, and he was just like, "Let's just put this out," and we were like, "Oh, amazing, hell yeah, man!" So
imagine he was like, "It's shit."
I know, man. That's the thing. You're like, "Oh god, it's so scary."
And I mean, one of the things that I loved the most about it was like music video wise, you could tell there was a lot of production like spent on it, like not just in terms of the way in which it was shot, but like the location, the staging, the outfits, the costumes, the fact that you're a mime. Like,
are you a mime? I was just so he's got a white face, but
I think Janine would be better one to ask. But like Janine directed this video and came up with just about everything really for it. But like maybe I am a mime. I didn't really question it. I was just sort of like, I think this looks cool. Like,
it looks badass.
Because he's got a white face, but usually mimes have like the black and white stripe with the gloves, don't they?
Not all of them.
Is it black and white? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it now as well. Maybe I've just been absolutely fucked. I've just been memed live.
So your character for this new record is
a meme.
Is that?
Yes, yeah. Well, I think that was the first time we did that look, and it just kind of carried over because it kind of looked cool. So, but yeah, it was cool, man. We shot it in Oran Moor, which is like a big sort of church. It's like very much a wedding venue in Glasgow, in the West End of Glasgow. Really nice place. And Janine had her eye on it for a while. She went and visited it, and we managed to work out a deal. We would get 2 days in it basically to shoot. And yeah, it was a long shoot, but it's turned out really well. We're really chuffed, really chuffed. I mean, Janine smashed it as well because she was the vision, behind
the
look, and I mean the feel, and even the beginning of the video with the, as you say, the still and the text and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, but they totally smashed it.
How was Janine as a director? She's like, Hamish, do it again.
Really good. I mean, this is the thing. Like, me and Janine have worked together for like 11 years or something, or 10 years. I don't even know now. And it's like, so we just like, there's no, like, we are almost like symbiotic, our minds together. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. Like,
I was
like,
sort of saying that before.
It's true though. It's like a pure, like, we just work. That's probably why the band still exists. You know what I mean? We just like, we work really well together. And like, Janine knows what I'm good at, and I know what Janine's good at. And that's how Vukovi kind of operates. Do you know what I mean?
She wasn't like, cut, Hamish. You do it
wrong.
wrong.
I mean, you do learn a lot though. I mean, we both learned a lot doing that video shoot. You always do, man. You always learn things for next time, and it's the same with writing music. So I think we're excited to do another video as well, and like carry on like the knowledge that we gained from doing that video, and hopefully the next one's even more crazy. Hopefully.
Well, it turned out sick.
Yeah,
thank you. I'll let Janine know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, please do, because I mean, like looking at it, like that sort of like backdrop with like the podiums, like it looked like staging for like an academy show, like a main stage academy show.
Totally.
Like when you stood there, like like O2 Academy in Glasgow or Birmingham or whatever, you stood there and it's like sick. Like everything's framed perfectly. Yeah. It's like, is this an aesthetic that you want to try and bring out on the road a little bit? Like like the church kind of look, and like the sort of idea of having these dances. Like
Hamish comes on as a mime.
That's not. I'm gonna hear that forever now. Yeah, definitely. I think like I think we would love to do some higher production shows, but you know what it's like. You got to be playing pretty big rooms before you're doing production like that. Do you know what I mean? And like we are getting there, and I think maybe next year at some point we'll do something like that. But what I will say is we're also not done with Nula entirely yet, if that makes sense. Not to us, we're not. We still want there's more
I
to be
guess-
done there. Not music videos,
Yeah.
but like live shows and ideas behind that.
Well, it hasn't been a year yet, has it, since the release?
It's not. It feels like it's been
October?
3 to us, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. It's October last year, October 7th last year. Right?
Jeez. And I
Yeah,
mean,
I know.
in terms of what that record has done for Vukovi, I mean, like with the new record label and with these shows with Baby Metal, like it is a big illustrator that you're going in the right direction. And like you had such a heavy hand in producing and putting that record together and like really refining like the Vukovi sound.
Award-winning producing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I know that was wild.
we did predictions for the HMAs on this show, and that's the one that I picked you to it. Ollie just gave you like best album artwork, and I was
Hey,
like, no,
listen,
give him some fucking
come on.
credit.
Hey, don't call me out.
Thanks, John. Thanks, John.
I got you.
Yeah. Oh man, that was wild. Yeah, that was fucking. That felt like a whole dream. Honestly, even winning was wild because our manager was like saying to us if we wanted to know before, and we were like, no,
Yeah.
like let's let it be as authentic as fuck if we win, and or it was like we had no fucking idea. Although someone saying to you, "Do you want to know?" You are a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, but she wouldn't tell us what one unless we asked her, obviously. So, we were blown away. Bruce, who produced the album, who we've worked with for years, Bruce Rinto, he like his face was shock, like shock, instant shock, man. We're just a bunch of nerds from Scotland, so we were just like, what the fuck just happened? And I remember it was up against like Bad Omens and stuff like that. It was like, what? But,
Serious
so
category. Very serious category.
And then you
mental,
came out
stupid.
and you
stupid.
rang.
They made a fucking grave error choosing us, but fuck it. Thank you very much. Us.
You came out and rang a little bell on Wembley stage. That was my favorite bit. You're like, "Why is a bell here?" And you started ringing.
Why was there a
I
bell?
don't know. Why was there a bell? No one's ever answered that question.
I don't know.
I love the ADHD that's going on in that moment where it's like, you've just won an award. Yeah, but there's a bell.
yeah. Don't take probably don't take compliments very well, but yeah, it was amazing. It was fucking unbelievable because we had a mad few days because we did the slam dunk main stage after that, and we did a couple mental warm up shows before that. So it was crazy, man. We were on cloud nine. It's cool.
Yeah, because we got you at Slam Dunk Festival in Leeds, which was, 2 days after the Heavy Music
Yes.
Awards, isn't it? Like, even
Yes.
seeing you and Janine that weekend, like, there was just a constant level of buzz that you guys were at
Yeah.
that felt like you hadn't come down from since the HMAs.
It's crazy, man. It really was. That was the most fun week we've had in quite a while. It was so
Like,
It was
rewarding.
only a week, but it was very rewarding. You know what I mean?
Deservedly so, man, because you two have been working your asses off. And I can imagine, like,
Thank you.
that hard work is just, like, foot to the floor, like, let's give it more gas. And I mean, like, what's the average week like in Vukovi now that things have changed? Like, what are you dealing with, like, day to day, week to week?
Me and Janine like literally never stop stressing about everything constantly. It's like because you can't like if you take like we're not big enough to take our foot off the gas ever really. So we always have to be thinking about the next album, like when we're going to write it, where we're going to write it, what's because we're already talking about doing probably another single as well. I won't talk too much about it because there's no point in giving it all away. But we do have a few ideas, but it's like, oh man, it never stops. So yeah, we just text each other and fucking lose our minds together. That's it every fucking week.
And with
it's been
such
like
a
that for
high
10
level
years.
of independence as well, I can imagine like quite a lot of stuff is still falling on your lap.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you know, I still run all the merch, for example, and like we just did the fucking rerun of the horse T-shirt recently. And so we did actually sell a fucking lot of them, man. Like we sold loads of them. So
How did
I'm
that-
still posting them.
How did that come
tomorrow.
about? Because I saw it when it got posted, but I was like, well, I didn't know the context of the horse T-shirt.
Do you want? I think telling you the context might ruin the illusion. Though. Do you know what I mean?
Was he just like, oh, we'll just put Vukovi on top of just a random?
I think it was.
I like
it
the
was
font
a
that you've
It
used
was
as
a
well.
Twitter thing. Oh, what the fuck was it? There was a Twitter thing, and like Martin, who drums for us. You guys have met Martin,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Who drums for us. He, Martin, like used to make memes quite a lot, where he just like put Vukovi spelt wrong over like a field of cows. I think it was. He sent us one time. Like he's fucking mental. And I don't know if he like posted that as a reply to one of our threads on Twitter, and then I think someone must have mentioned something about, oh, dare you put something on a t-shirt? So I just mocked up the horse t-shirt very quickly, literally just like that, put it online, and you know what it's like? People fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
It's like
people love a meme. It's mad.
you can spend ages making like a really cool design t-shirt, and then you can
And you make no money, and then you make a meme t-shirt, and it fucking pays your bills, and it's like, all right, well, that's cool.
just Vukovi written in like Arial or something.
Dude, it's literally in I think it might be, yeah, whatever the most basic font is. Could have went Comic Sans, but Comic Sans was too obvious. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I need to be slightly picky about this. Do you know what I mean?
So there was some artistic discrepancy in there, like a smidge.
Yeah, it's not as cool as I've made out. I did think about it a little bit. Yeah. I take my work very seriously.
Yeah, you do though, bro. Because I mean, like lick wise, I'd say that you are one of the most talented like guitarists doing it from the United Kingdom music scene at the moment. Because like,
Thank you.
because
I don't feel it.
Oh,
But
bro,
thank
you should, man. You absolutely should. Because you go to a Vukovi show and, like, because it is quite literally vocals, drums, guitar, like, you have to carry so much of that energy. Because obviously, if Janine is, you know, singing or whatever, she can't really, you know, bounce up and down all that much, depending on how complex that vocal run is. So, a lot of the energy, not just melodically, but physically, is being generated from you. And I mean, like, how have you felt like your guitar playing develop since, like, you know, the stages are getting bigger, the crowds are getting bigger?
Yeah, it's a good. That's a really good question, because I remember when Jason and Colin left. I don't know if you met them, the original members. Did you guys meet them back in the day?
Yeah.
2003's Scuzz
Yeah,
TV.
fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
Oh
and-
yeah, on the hay bale.
That-
Yep,
The
well
first-
remembered.
God.
And the
Holy
first,
shit, that's like 2018 or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck, I forgot about that.
I think the first
Did you
Heavy
get-
Music Awards, because I filmed there.
Yes,
Yes, that was 2017, I
man.
believe.
Oh, that's
We go way back.
But I remember when they left, I always remember a friend of ours, Seb, he's like a videographer, like said to me, he's like, you have a lot of like room to fill on this stage there. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, fucking hell.
So
You're
much room
so
for
right.
activities.
So yeah, but it's just like, you know, especially back then, I think like maybe we were still figuring out our feet, you know, 2017 was the first album we brought out. We're still figuring out loads of stuff. And now we have a better idea of what we want the show to be, how we want it to feel. We want it to be chaotic. So like, you get a bit more confidence once, you know, you've toured a lot. And I just realized, like, I don't know, I just have a better understanding of how to be on stage now and how to fill that space that is not taken up anymore. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. You figure it out. I do panic about that. I do think about that though, John, quite a lot, about like, it's just one guitar. You know what I mean? There's not two guitars and a bass player. It's one guitar. You know what I mean? And there's not guitar and track. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, that's quite daunting sometimes, but you know, that's probably why I overthink it. And I always think I'm not good enough because I'm always trying to improve it. But yeah, I do think about that a lot, man.
Well, let me hit you with a dose of reassurance, because like a lot of like the I call it like the non-verbal energy from Vukovi like comes from you, man. Because like obviously like in between songs, Janina's got such like a way with words that like it, like whatever she says, it's
Well,
gonna it's gonna rile people up. It's gonna get people like in that sort of like loose kind of spirit. But then once the song kicks in, obviously Janine's got her own stuff to worry about vocally speaking, and then you know you cast your eyes over to you on your side of the stage, and like the riffs that you're playing, like watching you play, there's so much energy there. But then your headbangs that you throw into it, like watching you attack a pedal board as and when needs be, it is something that like you can tell that like it is such a valuable element of what Vukovi is like live. And as these stages get bigger, I think you're going to come into your own a lot more, and like it's not going to be a daunting process. I think you're going to feel right at home the bigger these stages get.
I do actually really appreciate that, man. Like, thank you. It's funny, man, because I remember the HMAs, because that, you know, Wembley stage is fucking massive. And like, it's not like we had tons of production and backing musicians. Like, it was just the three of us, this huge stage. And I remember we were a wee bit worried about that. But honestly, as soon as we played on that stage, actually, I was like, do you know what? We can do this. Like, we can play on stages this size, because
You
a lot of
absolutely
bands
can.
You just
panic
gotta,
about that.
yeah.
And
Thrown in the deep end, and then you learn how to swim.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, I did actually feel good. It felt fucking awesome. But had that been 6 years ago, I don't know. Like, yeah, we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot in the past few years. Just how to present ourselves, the energy. And I actually was talking about that in an interview, what you just said there, John, about Janine between songs, because someone was asking us like, how do you keep, the set fresh, and what can people expect at a Vukovi show? And I was sort of like, well, the way that we keep it fresh is we don't really overplan the set. We kind of have a set list, obviously, and there is tracks, so that's the way it is. But between songs, it's kind of just like, let's see what Janine says. Do you know what I mean?
Roll that dice.
Oh man, it's fucking class because it's like if the crowd's good, Janine feed off that, and then it's fucking hilarious. I love it. Like
still to this day, one of my favorite memories of a gig ever was main stage 2000 Trees, Mr. Fridge. Just
Mr. Fridge,
the circle pit around Mr. Fridge, which Janine coined. He wasn't known. He didn't have a name before that. Janine was like,
I mean, what else could it have been?
Mr. Fridge.
Like Chris and thee.
But it was just like, that's ingrained in my memory now. Just that image of circle pit conducted
sick,
by
man.
Janine around this guy.
It was so sick. That was
entity.
such a sick show. We had major FOMO not being at Trees this year. I was like, oh, it's the first time I've not been in ages since 2017, I think.
Yeah, I think I messaged you just beforehand and said, I know you're not playing, but am I at least seeing your face? And you were like, alas.
That's the thing. Like Luke was there obviously because he played twice, but then he was.
Did you guys see them? Best Miko and People. His new band.
They played on the Press Miko played on the Wednesday, but I wasn't getting there till the Thursday, and then People played quite early. But I've heard some clips and it sounds fucking great. Have you heard any of it?
I've heard like the demos and stuff that looks like sent me, but I've not seen On People live yet. I'm gagging to. That was a reason I would have gone to Trees, is to see them, because I really want to see them, because I love them. I love them as people. They're all great.
Yeah, the best human beings. The absolute best human beings.
I just want to. They're so talented. It's terrifying.
Yeah,
oh.
It's annoying because you look at him and you're like, for such an innocent looking man, you can do so much with your body.
Luke Cayley is not an innocent man.
Innocent looking.
I'm joking.
He does look innocent.
He's wonderful. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. Literally, I love him so much.
Bring back the pod. Was it the podcast you used to do? What happened to that?
Oh, we did BHB. It's funny actually. See, coming on Twitch or YouTube and talking to you guys right now, I'm already feeling very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've all stuck inside for 3 weeks, and I kind of like it. I don't know. It's weird.
Lockdown energy. We're bringing.
Well, there was parts of it that were pretty good. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
you're gonna get the itch again.
I remember.
Yeah.
I got like an archive or like a memory on my Instagram, and it was over lockdown, being in one of those big Zoom or house party, or whatever it is, and it was like you were there. And like Milky was there.
Oh my
just a bunch
God,
of us
I forgot.
just getting really drunk on stream.
I was drinking so much red wine. Yeah, I remember that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that was before House Party got shut down. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, shortly after.
Weren't they leaking information to the Chinese or something?
Why were we in that? Why were we in that call?
Yeah. Who knows?
That was hilarious.
Who knows? But one thing I actually did want to pull you up on is your fit in the music video. Because
that sounded like you were saying you're fit in the music video.
Oh, he's always fit.
You're well. I wanted to ask you about how fit you are.
Yeah. Like, what's your secret? What moisturizer are you using?
I think I should be asking you that, John.
But I mean, like, over festival season, when I saw you at Slam Dunk, you had the Arizona Cardinals top on with like this sort of like sportswear underneath. I remember asking you, like, "Oh, you support the Cardinals?" And you're like, "No, I don't support football at all. I just like the jersey."
It was on sale.
Yeah. But like, it seems as though like you've sort of like fashion wise like carried on with that kind of look. And dude, it looks fucking awesome, man. Like,
thank you.
Is that your plan? Is it just like comfortable but stylish?
I mean, yes, I would. So the top I'm wearing in the video, it looks like a football top a bit as well.
Yeah.
That's Janine's old top, and she just gave me it 'cause she was like, "I do not wear this anymore," and I was like, "That's such a fucking sick top." So that was not supposed to be the top I was going to wear in the music video. I was supposed to wear. I had this like massive leather jacket from the HMAs that was like white and black with a. I don't know if you guys seen it. It was kind of sick. Like
I remember.
It looked cool as fuck, but it's made of leather, and we were filming for fucking 20 hours or something mental, and I was like, I'm not wearing that, on that podium for fucking that amount of time. So I brought that the white football top as a backup, and I just put that on with the black undershirt and the harem pants, and I was like, okay, that looks pretty sick, the black headband, and that's just kind of became my live look recently, I suppose. I just feel very comfortable in it.
You're gradually transitioning into a Hardy boy, bro. It's happening.
Oh,
like it's a slow transformation, but it's gradually happening in front of our eyes. Like as soon as you get those cargo trousers with the white stitching on it and like a studded belt, it's like game over.
Let's get some tables.
I really want
the
fishnet
Oh,
what do you
yeah,
call it?
yeah.
Bar-
Bro,
bar
I,
things
I,
as well.
I can hook you up with some links to some fishnet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They're so sick.
Like you've
Oh,
got
dude,
the monopoly on fishnet.
Well, I just know
I
where
know,
to find.
I know.
I just
I've got a guy.
I know where to find.
I've
it.
got a fishnet guy.
Yeah, I got a plug.
yeah. Who's your guy? yeah. Oh man, yeah. Legends, absolute legends. I mean, they were our icons growing up, right? Probably
Oh,
me and you. Do you know what I mean?
legit.
Literally.
Legit. So much of my personality was based off Jeff Hardy until
Dude.
such an old
I've
age.
recently gone into on my TikTok. It's just full of like there's pages that just post like wrestling clips of wrestling documentaries. So I just get so many of them now, and I watch them for ages.
Yeah.
Because it's like 5 or 6 parts.
Dude.
Yeah.
Don't
I
get
find
me
it so interesting as well. I love wrestling history. Like I really, especially if it's the attitude era. I'm so interested by it. I love it so much.
Dude, it without a shadow of doubt, it's one of the like craziest time periods that I'm just waiting for the films that like properly get made. There was meant to be a Vince McMahon film getting made at some point, and like I don't know whether they've like put a pin in that because of everything that's been going on with Vince. But at one point we were supposed to get a Vince movie. I think Thor, what's his name?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth was
Chris
meant.
Hemsworth
He was
going to play Vince McMahon.
no, he was meant to be
I was
playing
gonna
Hulk
say.
Hogan.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
So it's like a movie, not
Yeah,
documentary.
yeah.
Oh,
Goodbye.
documentary.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, like an Oppenheimer kind of bio.
Who would play Vince McMahon?
Wow.
Who would play Vince McMahon? Probably Vince, knowing Vince. He'd be like, God damn it, I'm going to do it.
Absolutely. There's no way he'd let someone else play.
The thing is,
Yeah,
they can do that thing where they de-age you now, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't know if it looks very good though. I don't know. You know, a lot of
do you
money.
know what was it? Captain Marvel, because that was set in the 90s, so they de-aged Samuel L. Jackson. I thought that looked quite good.
D.H. Samuel L.
Apparently-
Jackson, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they did it in the new Indiana Jones movie as well.
Yeah, to Harrison Ford.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I've not seen it, but someone I heard was like didn't look great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not seen it. And they did it in Robert De Niro as well. And
Oh yeah. What?
who directed The Departed? Whoever directed that
Scorsese.
guy's name.
Martin
Scorsese. Yeah, they did it in that as well.
Yeah.
You can tell it looks a bit like Uncanny Valley.
It's
Do you know what I'm
like-
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
slightly.
It's like
Yeah.
when you have a filter on like
Yeah.
Instagram or
It's like a Madame
Whatever.
Tussauds waxwork of that
Yeah.
person.
exactly. Like in 10 years' time, it'll probably be fucking amazing, but yeah, not quite.
Well, speaking...
I would love a Vince McMahon film, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, no, well, I was gonna bring it
Killer.
back to a wrestling front, because speaking of a wrestling front, so many bands end up having their songs used in wrestling related stuff, be it like pay-per-view songs, wrestling games. Like there are so many tie-ins now between, especially guitar-based music. Like, have you thought about like thematically like structuring a song around either like fighting or winning or anything like that, just so if there was need for a video montage of a Kobe song
Yeah.
could be plugged in underneath it?
I think Creep Heat's our best effort at that so far, actually.
To be fair, that's a fucking great
think
shout.
Yeah, I think that maybe matches the theme the most, actually. Well, yeah, because I think our music's like very like video gamey music. Like,
Yeah.
imagine it in like we've always said that. Do you know what I mean?
Like on a loading screen.
that would be so sick. I'd be so happy.
also
Oh man, yeah.
on the new song, that breakdown with the baritone is filthy AF,
Thank you.
as they say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah, first song we've recorded and written for us on the baritone. And I kind of am just like, oh, I think I want to do everything on it now. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Sick.
Because it's like the song is like for the most part quite upbeat or like pop elements, and then you just hit them
Yeah.
with that fucking heavy.
Yeah, because the
drop
chorus is
A,
quite
whatever it
a
is.
relatively uplifting chorus. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then the outro is just like chromatic drop F nonsense. Do you know what I mean?
I love it. I love the
Yeah.
contrast. But I think that's something you do so well, like over your whole career, is like you mix all those elements. Is there anything like new on this record that you've added to your sound?
In Creep Heat.
Yeah.
I mean, it is by far tonally the heaviest song we've ever written. Do you know what I mean? Like by far, like instrumentation wise, it's it's drop F, which is pretty wild. It's a really good question.
It felt
I
like-
think that song's like a good sort of like we've taken all the things that we've worked in the past about our band and then just put it into that song. I think. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
got an intro to catch your attention. It's got just the fucking the forward bass drum with Janine spitting bars, and then drops in with the first pre-chorus riff and then chorus, and then it's like we did think quite a lot about the structure and just wanted to make sure you could really fucking bob your head to it. And then the outro is just going to be there. We do outros like that for live. That's to do live.
Sick.
That's what you want, right? That's what we want. You know what I mean?
Please, because for the love of God, right? Never ever write a song with a fade out. Please, it's one of my. It's one of my.
Got any?
It's one of my biggest pet hates in songs. Right, for me,
You think it's lazy?
bro. For me, there's only like a handful of songs in existence that are allowed to fade out. Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner. Like
Leonard.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Right.
let that one have it. But other than that, there's like hardly any other examples where I'm like, yeah, that has permission to fade out. Because my biggest gripe is, when do you ever see a song faded out live? Like, there's no sound engineer sat there just like,
Still
It
drum,
would be
just
so
drum,
awkward.
drum still going.
Yeah, you slowly start to hear the crowd talk, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh god, it's a bit, and they're still fucking going for it.
gradually bringing the house lights up. Like,
That's horrible. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think we've ever done it. We try think about live a lot when we write music. So you're totally right. For that reason alone, we wouldn't do it. But yeah, I don't know.
I know.
I think of songs that do it that I like. I think Future by Paramore does it, and obviously I like anything that Paramore do. But
Well,
that
Sleep
fades out, I
Token,
think.
Sleep Token 4 has got a fade out.
yeah,
But they've been playing it live, so I imagine they don't just fade
exactly.
they probably just
Like,
go like
Like-
finish,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
21 Pilots have a song called "Cut My Lip," and when they did the Trench tour, when they played that song live, they the song didn't fade out live. Like, he wrote like an outro for the song, and I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't you just do that for the album then? Why?
Oh,
Like, if
I
you
know,
made it for the
I know.
live version, you could have
So
just
heated.
done it on the record.
So heated, John. Jesus.
I feel I know you love 21 Pilots, don't you?
Yeah, man. So like, to hear me say a bad word about him is very, very rare. But it's like,
No, I think they're great as well.
Yeah.
We were actually talking about them last night. Actually, yeah, I think they're a fucking great band, man. Really, really, like, them being huge just makes sense because they are very unique. Like, I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I totally get it, man. I think they're great.
I've
But
just had a memory come back to me. I think it's when we interviewed you at Trees I think it was when John was there, and you were talking about your color scheme, and then I think
Oh, the
Young Pilots had just come out with
yeah.
the camo for Trench.
camo, so it's like
with,
green
and
and
very particularly with the Lumi tape
Yeah.
band over it
Yeah.
as well.
So you're like, oh, we're gonna have to change it.
Unreal.
Fuckers.
Yeah, that was just pure fluke, by the way. Genuinely, that was mad. Absolute mental.
Just two bands, same idea, same time.
Only one wins.
I don't know. I think
It's certainly not us.
I think 21 Pilots have got some spies in the Vukovi camp.
Yeah.
Maybe
there's a
in
rat.
the bank as well. Well, it helps, but yeah. God, we're pulling out all the memories today. Jesus Christ.
Genuinely. Holy
All at
shit.
Trees as well. Fuck me.
Yeah. Trees has been the epicenter for a lot of our hangs.
That's why I was really like felt crap not being there this year, man. It's
Yeah,
like
your absence
such-
was.
It's a
was
friends
noticeable.
fest, isn't it? Just-
yeah. Next year. It's like super
And,
sick.
Yeah, like, we want to see your name not just on the main stage, but high up on that main
James
stage.
on the blower,
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
headline,
Yeah.
main stage. All,
Jesus Christ.
all 3 days.
All three. I'm like, what a residency.
You heard it here first.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Well, what are you thinking about this Baby Metal show? Because, like, is that the biggest stage that you'll have played to date, or have you done slightly bigger?
Surely you've played
The
bigger.
biggest indoor show we've done was actually recently. It was with 1OK Rock.
Holy shit.
At oh my god, where does everyone play now that Brixton's closed? I've forgotten the name of the venue.
The Apollo.
The Apollo.
event
That's
at
the
the
biggest
Apollo.
indoor. I mean, it was completely sold out before we were even on the bill because 1OK Rock are massive. But that's the biggest indoor show we've ever played. But Roundhouse is like fucking so iconic though. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to just walk in and
Is Roundhouse
around.
5,000?
Nah, it's. I
think it's
believe
three?
It's free.
Free.
Yeah, around
3,000.
three.
It looks bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Way bigger.
Surprising me that it's not 5. Like, yeah, it feels like 5
Totally.
when you're in there.
I agree completely.
But holy
2
shit.
nights though, so it's 6 maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually 6,000. Yeah, nah, I'm buzzing. Sick.
That's
I think we're gonna like try and actually think about the set a bit more for that and play the new song as well. Maybe
Oh,
another
hell
new
yeah.
song. We'll see.
Oh,
But yeah,
bro, you've
fun.
absolutely got to play this new song. Like in terms
Fit for the baby metal crowd in it, hopefully.
Get that pit.
yeah.
Get that baby metal pit going.
I'm
Yeah.
always interested to ask this when you do have a brand new song, where do you like to drop it into the set? Like, if you're trying to show off a brand new song for the first time, especially as a supporter, Like, do you want to open with it so you just catch them off guard, or do you want to actually give it some context, saying like, hey, this is the new one, go stream it, go support it?
I would rather put it a few songs into the set so it does have some context. Honestly, we stopped playing brand new songs live in sets years ago. We stopped it. Like,
really?
Yeah. We don't we never play any unreleased stuff ever. Even if it's fully finished, we've got it ready to go. We never put it in the set because we just want the highest chance possible that folk know the song so they can enjoy it more.
With you.
Whether you like to admit it or not, people prefer to hear. People like what they know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They do. Do you know what I mean? So we kind of try to play to that normally. It's kind of scary testing out a brand new song as well because you're just like, well, nobody's gonna fucking know this. So if we want any reaction, this is gonna percentage wise, this is the least chance we have to get a reaction. Do you know what I mean?
And that's usually why, like, you see bands putting like a gimmick around the new song when they play it live. I mean, if it's the headline band, they might have like a CO2 blast or something like that. But with a younger band, you kind of more have to play with the crowd if you want it to stand out. You know, maybe the old cliche crouch and jump moment in it, or like
Yeah,
if it's
some mime action.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, people, you know, Luke's new band, they obviously all their stuff's brand new, none of it's out yet. So they before Trees went under a different name and just played some pub gigs to test out the new songs. Do you know what I mean?
No way.
You could do that approach, which I think is actually really fucking cool. Actually, I think there's some bigger bands that have done stuff like that as well, but they've just played under a different name.
People
you know what I mean?
in that pub are just like, this band is it's incredible.
Yeah, this band are unbelievable. Yeah, totally. Imagine fucking going to a tiny pub with 10 people and people, 4 of the most talented musicians ever, just like playing their new material. Like, I think that's cool as fuck. I'd kill to be there. Like,
it's as close as we get to the stand-up comedy world, because you get those stand-up comedians who will literally just go to an open mic night and just riff just to test out like a type 5 or whatever.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that. Yeah.
Well, let's
100%.
jump into some of the comments, because we've had quite a lot of people getting in touch over the course of the stream. A lot of people showing love for you. Hassie, who is a very regular listener, saying Vukovi at Full Force Festival was insane. The muddiest pit live I've ever been in.
It was. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. There's someone from Full Force here. That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, it was like, we were just chatting about that earlier today. It was like fully downpour the whole time we were there. Apparently the weather got amazing the next day, of course. That's typical, man. Fucking typical.
Brought Scotland
Fucking
with you.
Scotland, man. What we like. I'll tell them thank you. That's awesome.
Connie says, but Hamish, are you knee deep in your Nan Sherry? I don't know if
that is a throwback to lockdown. Holy shit.
Yeah. Rock the week.
Unfortunately, my nan is dead now, so no.
Connie, Jesus
I don't know, like. so no, unfortunately, I'm not.
And
we'll raise a sherry
during
for your
lockdown.
nan.
Oh man, she was a fucking. I can only laugh about it because we had such a good I had a great relationship with my gran, so it's like, you know, we were very close, and during lockdown she was fucking she was amazing. We would just like get up and like occasionally she would like just make a day drink, and that was the coolest thing ever. You know, I mean, I've been up playing Warzone till 7 a.m. and I get up and she's like, Sherry? Absolutely, gran.
Yes.
She was a legend, man. Total legend. So yeah. I might come back to Sherry one day. Do you like Sherry? No one else seems to like Sherry.
Not that long ago. I think last year I went to some restaurant with my parents and there was a sherry tasting menu. So like they got that and I tried every one of them. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I like
not
it.
Not for me.
Yeah, ice. We put ice in it.
I can't drink like whiskey though. I know everyone loves like an aged.
Oh, is it whiskey based?
Well, I just any sort of hard liquor. It doesn't agree with me.
I'm so uncultured when it comes to booze. By the way, I just like to drink.
It's like hooch and Buckfast.
Yeah, Buckfast. Yeah, hooch, of course, obviously. Yeah, I ran my best run during lockdown after a bottle of hooch. My
Love
best 10K time. Legit, I'm not joking.
It's like, let's go
I've
get
been
a
chasing that
fucking
dream.
PB.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, man, literally. And it was after a stream as well. I just smashed this like bottle of pink hooch. And, oh my god, man, it's like drinking Red Bull. That stuff. It's crazy, and I was buzzing, man.
Because you're a big evening runner as well, aren't you?
I know. It's because I'm a total night owl, man. It's
Yeah.
like that's when I'm most like to do stuff most switched on creatively and stuff, and it's just I don't know. And there's no one out at night as well.
Yeah.
I don't like running when there's people about. I don't know.
Dude,
Oh yeah, I hate it.
I'm with you all the way on that front. During the pandemic, when like nightclubs were closed and I wasn't getting any adrenaline from anywhere, I'd literally go for a run like after midnight, and I'd run through parks where there's like no natural light whatsoever, like no like street lights or anything, just total pitch blackness, just so I could feel some element of adrenaline. So there's a bit of danger there.
Imagine you're
Oh,
walking.
John, that is fucked up, but I love it.
Imagine you're walking in the park and then you came running towards you. I was just fucking shit myself. Pitch black. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah. I think I'm definitely gonna go a run after this. Even just talking about it, I'm like, fuck, I really like running. Mental. I love it.
Go.
And finally, we'll ask this before we let you go. Cameron says, ask Hamish about the meme creep heat edit. Is that a thing?
The what?
The meme creep heat edit.
The meme creep heat edit.
Cameron asks.
Oh, Cammy, can we get some more context on that, please? I feel like I'm a bit
More
lost.
context in the chat.
Cammy,
Dr. Scott asks, what's your dream hometown show?
Ooh, I mean, it has to be to do the Barras in Glasgow. That has to be it.
Have you never
That has
played
to
there
be-
before, like a support or anything?
Never. Never fucking played there. Yeah, in the fucking many years we've been a band, it's just one of those. We filmed a music video in it, which was really cool. A really old music video.
So
called
I'm
So
guessing
Long
you've done Catty and Garage.
Gone. Nope.
What?
We actually lie. We supported Creeper in the Garage, but we've never played the Kai. I know how fucking mental is that. I think we've
big for the
become
Kai
more
now.
like
Yeah,
we've
right?
become more like goth as we've gotten older compared to being younger. So now, had we like, I think the problem is we'd do a venue quite bigger than Catty in Glasgow now. But had we been at that stage now, we would absolutely do the Catty. It'd be sick as fuck. I'd love it.
Bro, I think like one time, just for nostalgia's sake, you should just do a cheeky little downplay and just like,
Kind of love that.
The thing
yeah,
is, yeah,
just
She
use
was
it.
talking about that today. She was like, "I'd love to do an underplay, like
Yeah.
hometown show before the end of the year."
Yeah. Oh, bro.
You
Like,
may have just made that come true.
like a little Vukovi Christmas party at the
'cause
Catty.
yeah, but
Yeah.
loads of bands do like Neck Deep are just about to do their 10-year.
Seen that?
But they're playing small venues, playing
Seen that.
Key Club in Leeds.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
been
I
announced.
know that's mental.
Yeah, that's silly for a band that size.
So
Cammy says
crazy.
Tesco,
So
by
crazy.
the way.
What's that?
Cammy says Tesco.
Does that mean anything to you?
What is? Am
So-
I fucking out the loop? Oh my
So
god!
the whole
Cammy.
sentence is ask Hamish about the meme creep heat edit, and then he just said Tesco for context.
Fuck, Cammy, text me. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Tesco. He's trolling,
We'll never
man.
know.
He's fucking trolling. Cammy, I'm sorry. I'm blanking on this one, man.
He's
I've
just
got no idea.
frazzling you live on stream.
Literally, I'm really embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I have no idea.
Oh, we are absolutely here for it. Well, Hamish, thank you ever so much for your time this evening, bro. Oh, one sec. Slay nightclub in Glasgow.
I know that was Dr. Scott. That wasn't.
Oh,
That's
the
not
venue. Sorry, I thought Cammy said that. I was
No,
like, I thought
no,
it was-
no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Slay. That's quite a new venue, isn't it? Oh, it's a wee bit bigger. Catty makes more sense. Us doing Catty makes way more sense, though. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, 100%. I'd like genuinely. I would come to Glasgow if you guys were
I was
doing.
gonna
If
say-
you, if
I
you
was
guys
gonna
were doing
say.
a Catty.
idea.
Oh my god.
Vukovi show. Jon Mahon DJ set after.
I was just gonna say Jon Mahon DJ set afterwards. Oh my
Bro.
God, imagine.
Let's make it happen.
You would fucking tear the Catty down with the set list you'd play. Oh my
Dude,
god.
I get
Unreal.
asked so many times. Every time I put a question up on Instagram, people are like, "Come DJ Catty, come DJ Catty," and I'm like, "I'm trying. I've asked the
Yeah.
question. I've asked the question. I've said, hey, you want me to DJ? You got me anytime you want." So
They would love you, man. I'm shocked that that's not happened. That's
yeah,
mad.
you and me both, bro. You and me
Yeah.
both. But
Yeah.
maybe if we double team them, like
Yeah.
it's like, hey,
Oh, man.
you get Vukovi, and I'll jump in as well.
By the way, you're pure like making me want to do this now. End of the
Maybe
year,
like
Christmas
Christmas
Catty show. If we're not gonna do a Glasgow show next year, I don't know. Fuck knows. That would be cool as fuck though. Oh my god, you're totally coming to DJ if we do it though. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, before
Yeah.
Cameron says he's fucked me here. There was a meme version song in the studio.
oh, that's not Creep Heat. He's talking about the wrong fucking song. Oh, can't he? Oh, that's not his fault. I should have known. We've recently been we have been working on loads of other new songs, a few other new songs, and we did a meme. The outro of one of the songs is super heavy. It's crazy, and we've made a meme version of it. But I'm not going to ruin it because I remember saying to Gene, I was like, we literally need to keep that and release that as something else when people know the song because it's so good. It's I'm not going to give context, I'll ruin it, but just a meme of a girl talking that fits so well, and it's quite a famous meme of the outro of the song. It's fucking amazing. Sorry, Cammy, that was really embarrassing. I apologize.
I love your guys' imagination. Please never change.
Oh, we're just fucking idiots.
Our favorite fucking idiots. Yeah. Well, bro, thank you ever so much for your time today, man. You have literally made the last half hour of this show fucking fly by. It has been an absolute pleasure seeing your face. We fucking miss you, dude.
Likewise, I always feel at home talking to you guys. It's very, I honestly, genuinely always leave feeling uplifted, which is awesome. So I appreciate it.
Same, man. As soon as Ollie was like, Hamish is coming on Thursday, I was like, this is going to be a fucking great show.
I was buzzing when you mentioned me. Messaged me. I was like, fuck yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Well, bro, anytime you guys have anything to promote, anytime there's anything Vukovi related you want to come talk about, this show's like an open door, man. You can come on whenever you want.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are legends, by the way, so I really appreciate it.
You're far
As are you,
kind, bro. You're far too kind. Well,
we'll see you at the Cat House in December.
Yeah, we'll see you at Catty in December for a little cheeky Christmas show. My friends, between now and then, make sure you stream Creepy and show a lot of love and appreciation for Hamish from Vukovi!
Thank you very much. Do I leave this call or do I really awkwardly sit here and you guys jump out?
Transition you off now, so then you go.
Yeah, and then you can hang up whenever you want, bro.
Thanks, guys. Much love.
Big love, bro. Take care, man.
Oh, there he is. Probably our longest interview to date.
Genuinely, I didn't even clock that the stream was meant to have finished 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Good old 45, 50 minute.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that, did it?
No, it flies by.
A couple of mates just chatting.
Yeah.
Chatting shit.
Shooting the breeze.
Shooting the shit.
Well, my friends, if you missed anything on today's show, it'll be available to watch everywhere. Special thank you to Telle from The Word Alive for a fantastic interview. Shout out to Hamish from Vukovi. And don't forget that the Jon Mahon Show is going to become a podcast.
Yeah.
Very, very soon. Potentially even as soon as this weekend.
All the shows that you've, from episode 1 up until now, will be uploaded sequentially, I guess.
Yep.
And then, wherever you get your pods.
Yep.
Spotify, Apple, all the other ones.
Nailed it. Well, my friends, thank you ever so fucking much for watching. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you and how much we love you.
Also, don't feel bad, Connie. It's fine.
Yeah, nothing to feel bad for, my friend. All it's left for me to say is my name's Jon Mahon. Peace and love. Stay alive.
And I'm Ollie Rout. I said that really weird then.
Ollie Rout.
Go love yourselves.
Oh, I actually do. I'm a fan of Go Love Yourself.
Yeah. Because if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else?
Yeah.
Or whatever RuPaul says.
Oh, is it?
Bye.